Seriously, look how big it is. I don't think it is a human. I think it's a Sasquatch.
It was a bluebird January morning here in the foothills of northeast Provo when a group of guys saw a figure on the mountain that looked like something they've never seen before.
You can't just see something that's maybe a once-in-a-century discovery and go do your 9-to-5 job. You got to go look for fur or footprints or some kind of evidence.
And the camera was rolling as Austin took to the mountain with a buddy on a search for the elusive Bigfoot.
So I'm seeing something that is not deer tracks anymore. We're trying to determine what it is.
Their findings were inconclusive.
Was it a bear? Maybe. That's plausible. Was it a person? Also plausible. Was it something else? I think that's also plausible. Who knows?
On the other hand, I spoke to a curator from the Natural History Museum of Utah who says not only is that figure in the video not Sasquatch, but it's safe to say that Sasquatch is not something that would even exist.
What's the likelihood that there are big animals that have gone undetected by scientists and by trained observers?
Dr. Eric Rickard has spent much of his career exploring places people have never gone before in search of new species. So far, no Bigfoot or anything like it.
There are lots of undiscovered things, particularly in the natural world. But they don't take the form of giant apes running around in largely settled areas of the world.
So what do you believe?
I'm really hoping I get to go look again. Maybe there's something out there to find right here in Utah, even in Provo.
All right, everybody. Got myself. Got Danny Staton.
Greetings from South Carolina.
You know, people, in that little intro, you get a guy like a Eric Dickheart, whatever you want to call him. I don't know. That if you don't see it, they must not exist. Doesn't matter if there's thousands of stories. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
I actually have a video on one of my channels called Eric Brickard is a Goof.
He's a big time goof.
Yeah, I actually have a video with his name that says he's a goof on the video.
It is, you know, like the guy's video. I'm not saying he caught Bigfoot out there, but they said it's exclusive that it's, they don't know if it's a bear, they don't know if it's this and this and this. But then you get this, they put this Eric guy on to automatically like, well, Bigfoot doesn't exist because I haven't seen him. It's like, okay. And I'm sure this doctor, I don't know what he does in his real life.
Bigfoot does exist because I seen him.
Oh, we both see him. But what I mean is, I'm sure this doctor doesn't go out there and look. He doesn't go camping normally. He probably just sits in an office, just evaluate people's videos, which, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what he does.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see a Bigfoot if you're sitting on the couch drinking a beer.
You know, but the question is, we're not here to discuss if Bigfoot's real or not. Everybody in the chat, I think, agrees that we know they exist. But the question is, were they always here? Are they just part of the earth nature? Or technically, were they brought here from somewhere else? You know? What's the answer? Danny, I know you know the answer. Are Bigfoot aliens?
You see, that's just it. I wished I knew the answer, but I don't. Nobody knows the answer. Nobody even knows exactly what a Bigfoot is. We've got our opinions. We've got what we think. We've got our theories, but really, we don't have a body. We don't have no bones, and we've got limited DNA that may be Bigfoot, maybe not. We have hair samples that may be Bigfoot, maybe not. We don't know. We have no evidence to determine what this creature is. We don't know if it's a primate from the past. We don't know if it's a missing link. We don't know if it's one of your Wookiees from Star Wars. We don't know.
And we don't even fully understand the animals or stuff that we even have here on Earth. Here, this is just a short little video, for less than a minute, on an octopus. And guys, I have all these videos ready, but right before the show, this is no lie, a black helicopter was flying over Danny Stanton's house, and I froze off. I had to restart the computer just to be able to get back on.
And sadly, this happens a lot. It don't
lot.
just happen once in a while, but almost every time we do a live stream on this show with Paranormal Highway at the same time every Tuesday, weird stuff starts happening.
Yeah. So
Helicopters and stuff.
let's hear about the octopus and its DNA.
Now that thing's definitely an alien.
2018, a scientific paper sparks a sensation in the press. In it, a team of 33 scientists claim that octopuses possess extraterrestrial DNA.
What we find in the octopus genome is just almost uncanny. It has something like 50,000 genes. Compare that with the human, which has something like 25,000 genes. So the octopus, in many ways, appears to be more complex than the human. And how did this complexity manifest itself? There's ample evidence to suggest that it came from outside.
As scientists study octopi, they're amazed at what they're finding, and they're not seeing a connection to some ancestor of the octopi. It's like these creatures were brought here in their entirety and put into our oceans.
So you guys hear that? They don't even understand that some of the
Oh, looks like Eric might be freezing up again. Hey, I didn't hear a helicopter that time. I guess it's the.
All right.
Whoa.
Am I back?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
You're starting to do that max headroom thing where you're looking a little herky and
Circle on
turkey.
my end, so I'm like, it is so weird. Something's.
I wonder if we're both froze up.
You know, there's DNA. They don't understand.
Okay. Wow.
Am I back now?
You're going in and out pretty bad, man. I'm not getting no helicopter sounds. So.
And people, I have fiber to the house, so I don't have internet speed issues. Something's trying.
I just had a whole
government's trying to shut us down.
Dude, I've got a whole new 5G Wi-Fi generator system in the house now.
And it's just me. I know they're trying to stop me. But okay. So maybe I can go back to what I'm trying to say is they still don't understand why does the octopus have 50 gems versus a human that only has 25. Now, I'm not saying that's proof that they're an alien from somewhere else, but if they are, the possibility then of a Bigfoot could exist that they are from somewhere else.
Anything's possible. It's just, when you're dealing with this subject, you have to deal with the fact that anything is possible and nothing is for sure. Much like you sitting there with that cup froze to your mouth for 2 seconds. It's kind of bugging me out a little. But you're good now. Now you go. It keeps going in and out with Jerry. It is mind-boggling. It's like having an interview with Max Headroom. But with the octopus thing, it's really interesting that there are so many differences between the regular biological aspects of Earth and an octopus. It's very possible that maybe a long time ago, some other creatures from another planet came here and brought octopuses for pets, and they got loose. I suppose anything's possible, right, Eric? Okay. Okay, that was cool. He thinks it's that big. That's how big the octopus was we're talking about, as Eric's demonstrating here in this froze up shot over here to the side. Whenever Eric freezes up like this, he's showing how, well, I'm not going to say that. Dr. Wu would do that joke, but Daily Dan will not. So moving right along, I don't even know what to do. I guess I'm hosting the show right now. Let me tell everybody, while we're taking this break and Eric's getting things straightened out, be sure to check out my friend Bigfoot Michigan Rob's new book, True Cryptid Encounters, Book 1. He'll be coming out with a sequel to this really soon, and I know you want to pick it up. I can handle doing a show like this. Maybe I'll start doing all my shows like this. Maybe I'll just come on and start talking about stuff. Says, I have no clue what to do because Eric had the videos, Eric had the show. And then I see Dr. Wu's comment and just lose all composure. Hey, Dr. Wu, you'll love this. Check out what I've got. I've got The Food of the Gods from 1961. That's the comic book I've been reading. I'm going to try to do a review on it really, really soon on the Daily Dan blog. But is Bigfoot from space? Oh, I guess it's the Daily Dan show now, boys. Okay. Is Bigfoot from space? I'll have to say I'm leaning towards not. I think Bigfoot, in my opinion, is basically a terrestrial creature. It's a missing link. It's all natural, all animal. I've always believed that. I've always thought it was nothing more than another animal like a bear, a wolf, or a coyote. But, here lately, with a lot of reports with the portals and the teleporting Bigfoots and the Orbs Association, you have to take all that into consideration and reevaluate everything you've ever known about Bigfoot. I find a few things about Bigfoot truly distracting. Is the fact that we don't have no bodies. We don't have no physical evidence of a Bigfoot. And for my side hurts. She's laughing so hard. Yeah, me too. I'm not used to getting stranded on the Paranormal Highway. I feel like I had a flat tire on the Paranormal Highway today. I don't know what to say or what to do, but I can handle this. I've been thinking about doing a show like this off my laptop where I sit here and talk about comic books and stuff. But I was wanting to wait till the fat comic book guy got like over 1,000 subscribers to start doing a live stream on that channel. But all your comments are appreciated and welcome. I'm not used to being on camera and actually doing a show. Usually I'll play some music and sit behind the camera, show a video or something. This is a different side. Eric, get back here. Oh, wait a minute. Where'd that come from? See, I also have a slight case of Tourette's, and when everybody leaves me like running their show, you're taking a really big chance with your show on what might come out of my mouth. Just pointing that out. Greetings, World Bigfoot Radio. Welcome. Help me. Ask a question or something. Jesus. No, I'm just playing. Hopefully he'll be back in a second.
I think I'm back.
Eric, thank God. I found out something. When I do these shows, I'm lost without somebody to talk to.
I don't know what the hell's going on. And the thing is, I have full bars. I mean, there's like no evidence of my internet dropping, but it's dropping on all my computers. So it's not, I don't know.
I got full bars too. Actually, like 12 hours Sunday night, I didn't have no internet or no phone or no cable or nothing because they were replacing servers in the area.
And that can happen, but usually in this state, they're mostly only allowed to do that at night where less people are on it. But I mean, I don't know. But actually, I never asked anybody if they ever believed the UFO story that happened in Vegas. So this is only like 45 seconds.
Well, that UFO story that happened in Vegas as he does the Falcon song.
Now to your top 10 headlines in just 2 minutes.
Alien mystery. A family in Las Vegas says they had a close encounter of the third kind. And you can actually see an object with a green glow falling from the sky on police body camera. Afterwards, people at a nearby home claim they saw 10-foot tall beings walking in their backyard. Officers searched the yard and then closed the case, calling it unfounded. But it all comes as a former intelligence officer recently turned over documents to Congress, claiming the U.S. government has a vast collection of vehicles that have, quote, non-human origin.
One man was...
And what I want to know from people, I never even ask people, I never even talked about the Vegas thing first. Do we believe any truth to this Vegas story, or do we all think it's just a fake, you know what I mean? A fake story, another hoax? Or do we think there is some truth to these stories? So tell me in the chat. I want to know everybody's opinion. Just because in that story, they said they dropped a 10-foot alien? You know, what if technically, what if the 10-foot was not alien looking, it was more Bigfoot looking? I mean, I don't know.
I've been leaning towards that being a hoax, but you don't never know. But I'm leaning towards that not being a completely real event.
It's hard, especially in Vegas, right? Because everything is a show in Vegas. But
let me point it out. The last time I went to Vegas, I drank these little pink mixed drinks, and I saw a lot more than aliens. So anything's possible in Las Vegas.
I love what World Bigfoot Radio says here. What UFO stories that happened in Vegas stays in Vegas. And I'm just curious. I don't think it's real. Let me see here. I think they've been longer than us, maybe from Middle Earth. So, God, I hate when you get knocked off because you just kind of lose place on this weird stuff's going on. Should I stop it again? Oh, okay. Let's see how much power Bob has. Bob, I want you to stop it in 5 seconds. Let's see if Bob can stop this show in 5 seconds.
Countdown.
5, 4.
Show us your power, great wizard.
2, 1. Oh man.
The wizard.
Now I'm totally lost here. I got this other video here. More Bigfoot stuff that I want. Anytime when I see a video says footage from trail cam, I'm automatically like, okay, they're using the word trail cam. Is this something? I mean, there's this one video that I know that is fully fake, but I just want to show you guys this.
You're not going to show that train video, are you? Because I'm really sick of seeing that.
Is it this one, Danny? You sick of?
Nah, I don't even know if I've seen this one.
It's going to come up behind them.
That guy looks like he's from Hamas. That's too early for jokes like that.
I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to show you guys, but Sasquatch America, well, I actually saw him speak at the Bigfoot conference up in Yakima, which is a weird hotel that they don't even serve alcohol there. But oh well, that's another story. We just spent a few days in Roswell and asked the aliens, and they say Bigfoot are from Earth. Okay. Here it comes. Here it comes. There's the black shadow. All right. Let's go. Let's see if we can see the face for a second. Hold on. Where's the face at?
I don't know when it first starts coming into the picture. For some reason, I was seeing the grimace looking for hamburgers.
That's my ex-wife. Oh God.
That makes me worry about Andy because I think that thing in the picture is a dude.
And then let's see.
Oh, come on, that's funny. Like, oh, y'all.
Okay, I guess that's a better kind of a look. I don't know about these trail cans, right? I don't know about. I mean, you seem like when listen, I'm not saying trail cans don't catch things; they do. But it seems like it's a code. You're gonna put trail can in your camera. 9 out of 10 times they're faked on purpose.
Yeah, but this looks like Fu Man Bigfoot. If Bigfoot was Chinese, he might have that goatee going on and that little stash. But it looks more Fu Manchu than it does Bigfoot. I'm not sure. I just kind of get the fake feeling from that. Like it's a little too overdone, a little too theatrical.
Isn't it?
You know?
I will say, now the music part, I actually put that in there because there was silence and it was boring silence. I added the music, so.
You could have added forest sounds instead of the creepy music.
You know what? I just had to pick a free, uncopyrighted music, and it was a free one. So you know. But it's just like right here, like right here. It looked like just a black shadow and two dots, like two dots, putting in there, and then it started
to see a big purple shape come out with a hamburger in its hand.
My question is like here's this guy, right? And that's a good look at it. It's good lighting. You can see him very well. But then when he's gone, the lighting, of course, went down. Of course, probably because you have a flashlight, maybe. And then this thing is way too like, how come it didn't really capture a better focus look? How come that's too black right there? Let me see what World Bigfoot Radio says. Sonny Vader and Mark Andrews make the best hoax videos. I appreciate you showing this, telling us that. So, yeah, I know. Nikki was here. That's fake. Get it out.
She'd rip it apart like a pack of wolves.
Nikki will know exactly who filmed it, who's claiming it. She has already a 20-page report.
Hell no, she's got her filing cabinet. She'd reach in her filing cabinet and whip out the file on this bad mother and tell you all the information about it. And that's not a joke. She has a filing cabinet. Trust me. I know.
Yeah. I don't believe it either. But hey, this is what we do. We're just sharing it. It's just something I saw. And it's apparently just came out. It probably came out a year ago. Somebody might have just reposted it. It said it was put out 5 days ago. So I've never seen it. What the hell? I'll just show it. I agree. It's fake. Now, guys, I do have a poll up that did aliens drop big from Earth? 32 people voted. 29% says yes. 71% says no.
And I'm leaning towards no too. But let me just point out before everybody says no, that there is old Sumerian tales from stones found in the Iraq Samaria area. And on these old tablets, they tell of the Anunnaki. Are you familiar with that story, right? I'm sure everybody knows about the Anunnaki, the supposed aliens who come to Earth to mine gold 500,000 years ago. Well, they did a lot of genetic experiments and supposedly created humans to mine the gold for them. Well, one of the other things that supposedly existed was the hairy men of the woods called Enkidu. And these hairy men aided the Anunnaki in controlling the humans and mining gold. But they are said to be big, hairy, man-like creatures. And that would be a supporting tale of alien Bigfoot from 500,000 years ago coming to this planet in the beginning.
Hey, technically,
not that
we could all be transplanted DNA from another planet and was planted here on this planet.
No, they say that's a very good case for that with human beings. You know, being a primate animal that don't have fur or hair, that's not really suited for none of our climates because we have to wear clothes. It's like humans don't belong here. As a matter of fact, if you take us into space, our body clocks automatically reset to the solar calendar of Mars. Just been pointed out before.
Now,
our bodies are more attuned to Mars than they are Earth.
I want to bring this up because JoJo wrote a comment. I don't see the point in making fakes, but then I like what World Bigfoot Radio wrote back. JoJo, clickbait equals cash. That's why they do it. They don't give a shit about the truth. They just want to make money. And that's absolutely truth. There's the right way of trying to make it to, you know, if you're trying to make it to the top, if that's your goal, If that's your number one goal, it's not my goal. It's not Danny's goal. But if that's your goal, the fast way there is to fake and cheat things, because by the time they figured that it's fake, you're already up there. You're already gained your fan base, and they're going to believe whatever you say. That's just the world we live in. I mean, it's just a fact. Because listen, the right way, you might never get there. That's just it. Just you might not get there. Hate, faking, drama equals clicks, views, and cash. That's a fact. People love drama. Guys, every fucking Sunday night, my wife has to watch Sister Wives. People love drama. It's just a fact.
Well, they sure love the Bigfoot community right now, because they sure is a lot of drama in some circles. I'm not saying no names, but I don't never get involved in none of that drama. I listen to everybody's story and make my own judgments and my own opinions.
Exactly.
And usually pretty much keeping to myself on people's channels. I don't see no reason criticizing somebody because they got Bigfoot farting orbs and leaving them marbles in the woods.
Now, what is
who knows? It might really be happening. I'm not one to be judgmental like that on people.
What is this one? Bigfoot searching for Sasquatch, Rick, Noll, and beyond. I don't remember this video, but I have it. Let's check it out.
For a Bigfoot researcher, this is gold country.
This is one of the sandbars that I check all the time. And what I want to do is look for tracks of animals that have come down. There's small pockets of this type of sand, but this is a good sandbar for them.
That's one cool hat, Harry.
At first sight, the sandbar appears clear.
No, it doesn't look like there's anything.
Then, something catches Rick's eye.
Catches his eye. Let's check it out.
A human-like bare footprint.
Okay, so maybe we do have something.
But this isn't camping season, and it's way too cold for swimming. Of course, the question is it human or the footprint of a juvenile Sasquatch?
So we have a heel.
Footprints. That's why I'm showing this.
Possibly a ball. Toes are wiped out. Slight arch. Big indentation. This really looks like a juvenile, size-wise that is, but it doesn't look at all like it's got a manufactured sole. There's no sharp edges, and there's roundness to where we might call a ball is, and where the heel is, there's a roundness on the edges. Very, very worn. It's about 11 inches long.
Okay, now he says 11 inches. Okay, now like World Bigfoot Radio says human. JoJo says human. Now I wear size 13.
It looks like
my brother says he
size to me.
And my brother says he wears like size 14. Now he says it's not the season for people to be out there. Well, he's out there, so people do go out there. So I'm not saying I think it's human. I'm just saying.
But I did find a footprint recently, similar, a little smaller footprint. And what got me with the footprint that I found is it looked real similar to the human footprint, but it was the depth. Because when I stood right beside that footprint, I weighed 270 pounds, and I didn't even go a fraction of an inch into the ground. But this footprint, whatever made it, weighed so much it went 3 and 4 inches down into the ground. So it had to be super heavy. I really doubt there was some little 500-pound fat kid running around out there.
I'm trying to
in the briars with no shoes.
I don't understand this. The Bigfoot community hates me because I'm only attracted to women. What? Okay. Okay. Oh, sure, Bob. I'm sure you're only attracted. I see you go after animal forms out there. So right here. Then correct. Bigfoot do not have an arch. So So what he's getting at is slight arch equals human. And then what we got from the great chat from people saying that correct, Bigfoot do not have an arch. This is why we do this show, because we get different people's point of view. So we all say that.
How do we know all Bigfoot don't have an arch? That's just, once again, that's reaching for stuff, because who knows what deformities from inbreeding. I've seen three-toed tracks from Missouri and the Boggy Creek area, like a mutated foot. So who knows if they've got arches or not? Maybe some species of Bigfoot do have arches. Maybe some don't. You just don't know to be saying this stuff. Once again, that's why all these people are complaining and crying, because people come right out and
how about this
say
one?
things for facts that we don't know for sure.
How about this guy? I got this other guy, a video of him having this bigger Bigfoot print, and his name is John Bindernagel. Let's see here. Let's check out his footprint.
It's a bit of a cliche, a guy holding a plaster cast. I try to, but it's important. Yeah. This is the original. It's been broken, as you can see. I've had to reinforce it, but this is the original of the one that my wife and I found. Unfortunately, a hiker stepped in this track before we got to cast it, so there was a bit of a boot print, which is unfortunate. But other than that, it's a really excellent cast. Shows the very stout, robust heel, toes very clear, kind of curled upwards. 15 inches, pretty close to average. I think 16 inches is the average length in John Green's files. So yeah, I mean, this is the track cast that I had on my desk since '87. It still took a few years before I said, "Come on, John, you really somebody should really be working on this." Biologists are usually get quite excited about discovering new mammals and be the first to really work out stuff about new mammals. And I'd go off working on assignment with United Nations.
First of all, I'm going to be honest here. I don't know that guy. I don't know what's his reputation is in the Bigfoot community, where he's trusted by people in the community, or if he has faked some stuff. I don't know that answer.
No,
Danny, do you know
a real
that
researcher. He might not be the brightest light bulb in the pack, but he's a legitimate researcher. I've actually featured him on 13 O'Clock Live before, doing lectures about Bigfoot. So he is the real deal.
So,
but once again, he might not be the brightest bulb in the pack. Just saying.
Let me see here. Midram claims that they all have mid-tarsal joining MK. Davis pretty much debunked that by making tracks in the mud with his own feet that show a ridge in the middle. Because I wanted to ask you, because Danny, I know you have videos that you look for footprints. So I'm not saying we all have answers.
A footprint is real inconclusive evidence. You don't know if it's fake. You don't know what made that track. You're just pointing out that this is a weird footprint. Anything could have hoaxed it, made it, or whatever. You have to be real 100% convinced that, hey, this is a real Bigfoot footprint. Now, I know they are those out there that I would say probably are real. But to the point being, do you ever really 100% know what made that track? No, you do not.
Because Danny, I'm just thinking, if I was barefooted for whatever reason, and say it was raining, it was muddy, and I stick my foot in the ground, and the ground's already kind of muddy, when I push my foot down, doesn't that kind of like automatically make what looks like the foot is bigger because of the push and spread a little bit of my foot? You know what I mean? Like if I push down.
You can tell when it's been slid like that because of the stridation marks of a slide. If you got 16 grandkids that run around in the yard in the mud and get all dirty, and you see their tracks all the time, you learn all the little different tricks of tracks. Kids play in the mud. I've had a lot of grandkids and a lot of experience with tracks too. So I can tell something that made a real track from something that's just bull. And I have found plenty of tracks I cannot explain. I don't know what made them. Some of them 16, 17 inch tracks. But I'm not going to sit here and say it was King Kong or Bigfoot or whatever. I'm saying I found these on the videos. I might label them Bigfoot tracks because that's what you do when you're putting out a video. But whether I'm 100% certain that's a Bigfoot track or not, well, I doubt it. I don't know.
You know,
unless
Truth.
Bigfoot leaving that track, I'm not going to say it's one.
Now, Juan Truth, you know, I know Ed and Lorraine Warren have done hundreds and thousands of investigations. I haven't gone through every single investigation file, but they might have had a file of researching a Bigfoot. I mean, it won't be popular with them. But
I don't believe so. You know, I actually got to meet them in the 70s. My mom did a photo shoot with them for a magazine.
Well, you know, they did the famous story of the werewolf one. So, you know, in all the investigations they've done, there might be a Bigfoot story one in their files. I just don't know. Let me see here. I put a statue of David in the mud. Does that mean David was laid in the mud? Okay. Yes, we do sometimes know who made them. Sometimes we get to see who makes the tracks. Rookie, give me a break. Who's that? And then Flat Rock. Let me see here. Ron, why we could not find a print with no markings. Let me see here. And when you find a 21 track, a human didn't make it. And that's why we're here. We're just discussing it. Let's see if he says anything else that's interesting in this video. Let's see.
Various parts of the world. I always thought, I'm going to come back and some young biologist is going to have taken on the Sasquatch and built his reputation, and it'll be, done. Well, no, no young biologist is taking it on, and no one's taking it on. I mean, amateur investigators are, but no scientists. I think, my goodness, it really is scientifically taboo. Very strange.
Are the ones behind you, those must be juvenile?
Yeah, that's right. These are from Jeff Meldon's collection, and this is pretty interesting because I mean it's a juvenile track, about just over between 7 and 8 inches in length, very, very wide, spreading toes. We have a track like this now in snow from the Coast Range here. Gee, not 2 hours from Vancouver, possibly. Very.
There's a question that Ron had for World Bigfoot Radio. As a person can't make a fake footprint in size 21. Oh, I'm sure a human could fake print any size. I would think so. Because you can fake almost anything, but the question is, it has as sort of investigation comes in, right, Danny? Like, where did you find it? Where was it at? Can you prove that there weren't people out there? You know what I mean? I guess that's where the real investigation really comes in. Try to eliminate any human interference.
I heard a funny story earlier this week. I'm not going to tell you. I was talking to a wrestler friend of mine on the phone, and he's retired wrestler now. He don't wrestle no more. I'm not even going to go into his name or nothing. He wouldn't appreciate this story. But he was telling me that in Washington State, back in the 70s, Andre the Giant would come out there to wrestle. And he said, Andre, he had a foot about 22 inches long. Andre the Giant had a big foot. And he said that Andre had real bad foot problems from wearing them shoes and stuff because he was so big. And he said that one of Andre's favorite things to do was to pull at these campgrounds and stuff, take a break on road trips, pull off his shoes, and walk around barefooted. And I was sitting there thinking to myself when he was telling me that, he said, a lot of times we'd hear people talk about Bigfoot come through there and big footprints, and it was just old Andre out there running around with his shoes off. And that made me think of a lot of stuff that over the years, how many times did Andre the Giant, because he lived in Washington State. He had a ranch in Washington State. He was all over that state a lot. How many times did Andre the Giant walk out through the woods with his shoes off and leave them tracks for people to find?
Yep. And here's something important too, where an investigator would have to do is a person can't make a 21 track 3 deep in a gravel roadbed. They don't weigh enough. Context is everything. Yeah, like I said, we have to know all the details, like where the foot come from, what kind of ground is it? Is it a gravel? Is it dirt, mud?
Yeah,
All
but
that's important.
World Bigfoot Radio, you're talking about Andre the Giant at 485, almost 500 pounds with a size 22 foot. I'm pretty sure you would mistake his footprint for Bigfoot if you've seen it. Just saying. Back in the day.
I got one more. Is it California? Now, what is this one? California searching for Sasquatch with balloons. With balloons. So, guys, the reason I had to reread these because I had all these videos ready in order and stuff, but the internet went crazy, so I lost all my videos and I had to go re-find them back. It sucks, but this is something about a California Bigfoot researcher that uses balloons to help research. What? Let's check it out.
Right, tonight, a local man says that he has come face to face with Bigfoot, and now he's getting ready to launch balloons to spot the creature.
Here's Neda Irampur with how he hopes to do it.
Is his name Pat?
A Grass Valley gold miner used to go camping up to 5 months straight every night, just him and his tent, until the night a creature came running right towards him.
I heard something coming down the canyon. It just wandered left and right and made a beeline straight to the tent. It was close enough where I could reach to the tent and touch it. My heart was beating so hard that I could hear it in my ears.
William Barnes never the same after his encounter.
So the guy's name is William Barnes. First of all, before we go further, do we know a William Barnes? What is he in the community?
I've heard his name, but I'm not familiar with a bunch of stuff about him.
Yeah, as I see. If you have a hard stomper on his hoof, not a foot, it takes less weight to make deeper tracks. Okay, exactly. Bigfoot, the difference in ground texture is everything. Main reason people only see one print.
That is so true because sometimes an area will be wet and it'll be dry. In other places, you'll just get this one track, maybe a parcel somewhere else.
Listen, this is why
I've
we
found
hear
one single track out of place more times than I found a trail.
and this is why we're here. So everybody can share us what they have learned. So everybody can, you know what I mean? Like take one piece from everything. This guy seems believable. Listen, hold on. Eric Freeman, listen.
Now, don't listen to Eric Freeman. He believes in wrestling. He thinks all wrestling's real.
He's
a mark.
First of all, we can't always judge a book by its cover. We can't look at somebody because he might have a funny mustache or a look. That's just not proper because that's saying that anybody who doesn't dress in a suit are all liars, right? And we all know most UFO people who speak out are all these people in these suits, big scientist jacket, and we all know they're liars.
Whoa, Eric. Let me point out something real quick. I just noted we have a legend in our chat today. We have New York comedian Johnny Boots. He's kind of a famous comedian up in New York City. Everybody should check out Johnny Boots' channel. Somebody ought to drop his link in the chat. He's kind of famous in certain communities up north.
I go to areas.
I've actually seen clips of him doing live stand-up comedy in New York City at the clubs and stuff.
Yeah, I love comedies.
Yeah,
I love comedies.
Kind of funny. He also hosted a show.
Not last Friday, because last Friday was pregnancy week. The previous Friday, we went and saw Adam Sandler live at an arena, and it's fun sometimes getting out, seeing a good comedy show. Laugh is the cure for almost everything. Just laughing.
Oh, well, let me also warn people that Johnny Boots and Dr. Wu have a lot in common. They both do not have a G rating. They are probably for adults, mostly. Let's put that out there.
Let me read this. I go to areas that there aren't any people or even trails. And 500 pounds won't leave a mark on a hard gravel road. Cars weren't leaving tracks on that 140-year-old surface. 21 track found, several. Okay. Let's check now. Let's go back to this guy here, and let's see the feel we get from this guy.
No nose, and just big.
This gold miner was camping near Greenhorn Creek in July 1997. He claims at 2 a.m. he came face to face with Bigfoot.
It took me 4 years to mention it to the first person, one of my best friends.
Once William opened up about his heart-stopping sighting with a 500-pound ape, he found out he was not alone.
About 80% don't report it.
Why?
Because they'll get ridiculed.
But William says 16 people in the area told him they've seen the same monstrous mystery. So with all these sightings around here, where are the footprints? William hasn't seen any here in Nevada County, but he says just look at the ground. It's covered in these thick rocks and all this gravel. There's no way any creature, even a 500-pounder, could leave its own footprint. So William will set out on a road less traveled, spending a year and $200,000 hunting for Sasquatch from the sky.
I want to film it in the wild. Not for 1 minute, not for 5 minutes. We want to collect about 45 minutes of filming.
He plans to fly a 35-foot helium balloon over 13 different states where sightings were reported, watching and recording with thermal imaging cameras.
If you're breathing at nighttime, I can see you.
He says Project Falcon, as he calls it, will prove to the world his encounter was real.
I have no doubt what I saw. No doubt at all. Guarantee it. So I know they exist.
William just wants to capture this creature in its natural state, and only then he'll be able to rest easy at night.
Bigfoot has become like our Loch Ness.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay,
Now let me say something.
man.
Let me say this. Now, I played this video on purpose because this was a video from 12 years ago. So apparently, this guy is investing $200,000 in his investigation, and to this day, he found nothing. So if this guy really spent $200,000, well,
he spent $200,000 on a big silver balloon to fly around and look for Bigfoot for 5 years, and he did not find Bigfoot. But the number of UFO sightings in that area went up 87%. Because he had this big silver balloon disc flying around at night looking for Bigfoot, and instead people thought it was a UFO. What's going on, Eric? You getting buzzed? Oh, look, they're coming for him. Look, he's being beamed up. You can tell by the distortion.
Well,
Fight it, Eric, fight it.
It looks like I have these the light, like I'm getting all these lines, like the
It looked
light's
like he
really
was being
coming in.
beamed up while you were fixing it. Oh, we're losing him.
But seriously, but Danny, if you had, I'm serious, the kind of person you are, if somebody said, Danny, you got $200,000.
Yeah, I wouldn't spend it looking for Bigfoot. That'd be a hell of a party.
And do you have to find Bigfoot? But you have to be out in the woods for over 5 years. Hold on a second. Hold on. We're Bigfoot saying something. That balloon was the Falcon project that Jeff Madrum was organizing. The balloon was never made. The money was stolen.
Oh my God, really?
Hold on. You're saying the $200,000 that this guy supposedly put in got stolen? Danny?
I don't know nothing about it.
We're gonna have to research your house. Did you steal his $200,000?
I don't even know the clown.
Wow.
If you got $200,000 and you didn't keep it in the bank and it got stolen, you're kind of an idiot.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna steal my money because I got this little plastic cart. You know, I don't even carry cash much. I got like $2.
Trying to find something that I can. God, the light's just shining right on my eye. I hate that. So he's a fraud. Yeah. I mean, listen. Oh, what is it? They crowdfunded. Hold on a second. They were able to crowdfund $200,000?
Dude, over at World Bigfoot Radio, maybe in the future, next week or something, being Halloween and all, maybe you would come on with me and Eric and we could all discuss stuff like this.
Oh God. Oh, that'd be
That'd
fun.
be awesome to have a superstar on here with us. He's
That'd
been.
be fun.
I listened to him. He was on with Jimmy Church on Fade to Black in one of the best episodes of Jimmy Church that ever existed.
Yeah, damn. That was my
What do you
dad's.
say,
I
dude?
had to steal it back from your wife. What? Oh, you must be talking to somebody else. The guy was supposed to make the balloon, ran off with the money.
Why did you have to make one? You couldn't just buy one already made?
I know.
You have
right?
to make the balloons?
I
thought
mean,
you could order them off the internet.
but I mean, like, what kind of balloon you're making with $200,000? I mean, what is this balloon? What is this balloon supposed to do? I mean, what is it? Does it have a built-in
Especially in
tracker?
the age of drones, who the hell needs a balloon when you can get a high-tech drone that can scan the area with LiDAR and tell you what's under the trees?
Strong maybe on show appearance. Strong maybe on show appearance. Okay. I listen to Jimmy Church from time to time. Yeah, Jimmy Church. Isn't he the one that's connected with that girl?
Christina
Gomez?
Yeah.
Not Chris Gomez. Is it Gomez?
I thought it was Gomez.
Christina Gomez. Maybe that's her name. I get confused because
A
isn't
hot
there like,
Mexican girl, yeah.
yeah, and 'cause I think isn't there like a famous singer that
I don't know.
well, there's probably a lot. What am I saying?
Maybe it is a different name.
Now I got one more video, and this one is a skeptic guy. And I always say I gotta play everything, even with a known skeptic. So we can all talk about this Matt Walsh guy. So this is a video of he's a skeptic, people. This guy is a skeptic, but sometimes I like hearing these people because this makes me hate these people even better, even worse. Here we go.
Might be the funniest moment of this interview. Matt Walsh and this former UFC participant talking about UFOs and Bigfoot.
I know you're into UFOs and the whole like possibility of aliens. Good. Which to me, I think at this point you're kind of, excuse my language, but I think you're kind of stupid to not believe in aliens. Now, my question to you is, what are your thoughts on Bigfoot?
How much time do we have? Because I could go on for a while here. Listen, here's what I'll say to that. Okay, so you and I we're compatriots on the UFO thing. And when the aliens do land, I think you and I will be safe because we have already stated our belief in the aliens and we don't reject them the way all these other people do. So they can be vaporized first and not us. But you have also, I think, disrespected aliens by lumping them in with Bigfoot. I don't know why. It's like everyone thinks, well, it's ghosts, Bigfoot, and aliens, as if they're all the same kind of thing. These are all three different categories here. And you can have, you don't have to put them all in the same basket.
No, you do have to put them all in the same basket. They're paranormal, cryptid. They're the same, but they're different. But they're the same.
You're right. They're different, but you got to put them all together because if you're an investigator, you don't know what one of the three you're seeing out there, right? You could be on a Bigfoot hunt, but have a paranormal experience, or you're on a Bigfoot hunt, have a UFO experience, vice versa. You could be out on a UFO experience, have a paranormal experience with ghosts, spirits. I mean, you can have all
exactly
three
why I
mixed
don't call
on any
myself-
kind of investigation.
You know, that's exactly why I don't call myself a researcher. I'm not a researcher. I'm a paranormal investigator. If I'm out on a case, I may be investigating a Bigfoot sighting one day, and I may be investigating a ghost or a UFO sighting the next day. I never know what I'm going to investigate or what somebody might eventually call me about. I used to get a lot more reports than I'm getting now, but certain things going on in the world. I'll just go ahead and tell people, everybody knows that I have a lot of family in law enforcement, you know, and they usually shoot me leads on what to investigate. Well, certain things in the world going on is my family's also military reservist, and most of them's been called up to prepare for active duty, and they're not around right now. So
what I'm trying to get at, like, okay, for example, Dr. Wood and myself went on an investigation, on a ghost investigation at a cemetery, Black Diamond Cemetery. During that investigation, Bob saw not an orb light level with the ground. Bob saw an orb up in the sky on a ghost investigation. Now, we're not claiming that orb is UFO spirit. We don't know what that orb was, but all because you're on this kind of investigation doesn't mean you're going to see something else that could be something totally different. You know what I mean? Like you have to be prepared. You know, what if that knocking sound, right? You're investigating Bigfoot, Danny. You hear that knocking sound. What if that knocking sound is from a spirit that's making that knocking sound and not an animal, human, or something living? I mean, there is that possibility.
Well, if you check out if anybody wants to check out the video I put out, I think it was Friday. It's called Bigfoot Comes a Knocking or something. Listen to how loud these knocks are. It sounds like, I don't know, like Bigfoot's chopping wood or something. But there was nobody out there and nothing around when I got out there. And it was weird, but it was some really loud knocking sounds coming. And it's not early, neither. It's late, and there ain't nobody around.
Now, when you're describing like loud knocking sounds, now I would think that a ghost wouldn't have that much energy to go that long with a loud knocking sound. So on your thing, I would more guess in line of being alive versus, but you know, ghosts are known to make knocking sounds, but you know, not hard ones.
That sounded like somebody was taking a baseball bat and hitting a tree.
Yeah, but you have to be open to that possibility of could be anything out there. And why would you shut yourself off with all three? I don't know. So I don't like the guy. And I think Eric Freeman earlier in the chat, he wrote, "And why are these idiots laughing?" It's because they have a laugh bar and they're making a joke out of it, and this laugh bar is telling people to laugh. These people can't even laugh on their own. People have to laugh when they're told to laugh to make it look silly. So these people don't even have the brains to create their own laughs. You know what I mean? That's a good question, Eric. Why are these idiots laughing? But let me see here. Fishing. I believe Bigfoot are the pets of aliens, and they dropped them on Earth to go pee. What? Hold on. Here we go. I heard wood knock last year so loud it sounded like a Hulk swinging a railroad tie into an old oak tree.
Exactly.
Like a
That sounds exactly what I would describe what I heard as.
Now with that sound, yeah, I'm more or less saying that's not a ghost. I'm talking about minor sounds that, you know, now that's interesting too, because like you, Danny, you guys hear something so loud, you both know that a bear can't make that kind of a big sound. You know, beyond a bear, what else could make a big sound that sounds like a cannon?
You know, you take a hammer and you hit a nail into the board, you know what that sounds like.
Yes.
If you spend enough time doing construction, you know damn well what it sounds like to drive any kind of nail. And I built a few things in my life. And then you hear this high decibel knock, and you know that whatever's doing that is hitting something so hard that it's wood on wood, not metal on wood, not metal on metal. It's something different. You can really tell a difference in a wood knock, a hammer, or some other type knock. And to me, I'm not going to sit there and say that was Bigfoot beating on a tree. But at the very least, it was something paranormal beating on a tree, or a Bigfoot researcher in my neighborhood beating on a tree trying to elicit a knock. But as far as I know, I'm the only person out here that would even think of something like that. And I'm not going to hit no tree with no freaking stick. And I'm not going to do no stupid hollers because I don't do that stuff.
Oh, Danny, come on. If you record yourself hollering, everybody will be watching it. Everybody want to know.
I'm not going to do that
what does it sound like when Danny yells?
I've got a rule about that. I don't beat on trees with sticks to get wood knocks back, and I don't do the howl, because every time that guy on Finding Bigfoot goes, "Ooh!" and does his little Bigfoot howl, I'm thinking, in Bigfoot, what are you saying? What if you're saying, "Hey, Bigfoot, come get me in the butt"? What if you're saying, "Hey, Bigfoot, open for business"? "Hey, Bigfoot, buffet's open"? You could be calling in a Bigfoot to come kill you, eat you, or do worse. And I just don't think that's a good idea to start go out there and start hollering.
All right. So everybody in the chat, right before we go, I know I had a poll up, but forget the poll. I want to ask you guys right now. First of all, everybody in the chat, I'm going to ask you two different questions. The first question is, even before we get to the second question, do you guys in the chat believe in Bigfoot in the first place? Put 1 for yes, put 2 for no. I'll just put, for me, I'm putting 1 because we had an account. We know Bigfoot exists, but I want to know if you guys in the chat believe that Bigfoot exists. And then we'll go into the second question. So far, I agree. I agree, Dan. Eric says yes. I mean, I think everybody's going to
Well,
say.
I know that Johnny Boots and his brother actually had an experience up in the mountains of the Adirondacks, I think, where they had heard something that they say was a Bigfoot hollering at them. So he should be a yes.
Now, I don't need to see Bob's number because Bob was there with us when we had our own encounter. Okay, so everybody agrees that Bigfoot exists. Now, there's no right or wrong. Has Bigfoot always existed on Earth like everything else? Or was Bigfoot planted here by somewhere that's out of our atmosphere, somewhere out there?
Is Bigfoot an alien? Yes or no?
Is Bigfoot an alien? You know, what if, somebody did ask me, I go, Eric, what if this is what if? What if an alien wanted to learn human behavior, right? And aliens know that people live in the cities. They don't really know how to live off the land if they ever attack us. The people that's going to fight back are the ones who are going to be out in the woods and know how to do the woods. So technically, what if an alien put a Bigfoot to study men, to study mankind and womankind? So when they come to take over the earth, they know how to fight us people in the mountains. Now, let me see here. Flat Rock says no. Uncle Bones says no, but maybe. So that means, Uncle Bones, you're smart. You're leaving yourself the possibility, but what if? Okay, Bigfoot DNA sequence says that have been here 12, 1,500 years. But what if 12, 15,000 years ago, that's when it was planted? I don't know. I believe in the Bigfoot UFO connection. Okay. Jojo. Okay. Dina P. Not sure. That's fair. At the end of the day, we don't know because we could be human planted from somewhere else.
We should ask Thresh Pondo Ponds because he would say
there are plenty of Bigfoot UFO connections on YouTube. No. Okay.
That don't mean they're real.
Oh, I almost saw a little circle spin. Hopefully that's not happening again.
I don't know. Your hand was there for about 3 seconds.
Here we go, Danny. What do you got coming up for us?
Well, tonight I'm going to be showing some really cool old In Search of the Paranormal episodes on the Witching Hour. I'm not sure what's going to happen Saturday night, but I never planned that far in advance, but it'll be something cryptid and cool, especially on a Halloween weekend. I'm leaning towards showing a horror movie for Halloween, but I'm a little afraid of a copyright strike, so I might just go for it anyway. Worst thing they could do is, shut me down.
The day before...
I'm reading this right now. The Food of the Gods from 1961, a movie-based comic book. So I might be doing that a little bit later today.
If somebody could put it in the chat for me. On October 30th, I will be going on with Text Front Porch. They invited me to be on their channel the day before Halloween. So if somebody can put Text Front Porch in the chat for me, I will be going on his show on October 30th. And his show is more towards the nighttime. And then, of course, I'll be back Thursday on a paranormal show.
So we're doing a show on Halloween?
Oh, goddamn straight.
So we need to do something special. We need to lay off.
Yeah.
Let's play off Bigfoot's ass and do some horror movie stuff or something special.
On Halloween, it's horror day. That's horror. Bigfoot will be moved to Thursday. On that Tuesday, it's horror time. What
Yeah,
is
I
our
wanna talk
what,
horror
no, what
movies.
is maybe we'll put our own list together. What is our favorite horror movies and why? You know, maybe we and the chat we'll do voting on, like, we'll make our own top 10 with the people in the chat. We'll all come together, like, what is because I gotta know, because I gotta hear people's opinion, because one opinion I always hear people say is The Exorcist is.
He said Exorcist and he froze
I don't
up.
think that's the scariest movie
Demon
ever seen.
that ass. No, sorry.
I don't think The Exorcist is the most scariest movie ever, but a lot of people say that. But I want to hear from you guys next week. Is The Exorcist the scariest movie? I don't think so, but
I don't know. I was like 7, 8 years old when I saw that movie, and it scared the crap out of me. But I was a kid.
Maybe
I had
it's
some
the
wonderful
instinct.
parents that took me to horror movies.
Maybe I'm more screwed up. I always love horror movies.
I did too. That's my favorite genre, still is to this day. I actually have a horror movie channel called Shock Theater Official.
Yeah.
I ought to promote that channel more.
Reboot your router before your show if you use Wi-Fi. You know what, Cosmic Neighbors, I need to. You know, only bad thing is my router is in my son's room, and he doesn't like anybody in there and since it's fiber to the machine, you know, I can't move it. You know, I can't do that. But I will unplug it and plug it back in. That is usually the number one fix. But I was doing good talking to Daddy behind the scenes until we got the show, and then here comes the crash. Here comes the crash.
Yeah.
But beyond that, whatever we think the truth is out there, the truth might not be the truth today, but tomorrow the truth could be. In the weekend, that truth could be a year, 2 years, 5 years, because we're all here together trying to understand what the truth is. And with all of us together, that is just one step closer that we get. All we got to do is turn on that car, get in that vehicle, and we all need to travel the same way on the Paranormal Highway.
Oh. Well, that didn't work out good, did it?
I'm trying to play my ending.
My name is Aaron Arkand, and I'm from here in Edmonton, Alberta, and I'm here today to audition for Dragon's Den. I am actually pitching to them a Canadian-based reality TV show called Searching for Sasquatch, with a format of one location, 6 months, and one man alone in the Canadian wilderness searching for Sasquatch. Actually, for the most part, they saw me, I saw them, and they just calmly walked away. I have been bluff charged once in the dark. I'm not counting that as a sighting because it was so dark I couldn't even see it. But he did come so close to me that I felt his breath on my face. I felt his saliva coming out of his mouth onto my face as it screamed at me. I literally wet my pants right there at the side of the mountain at 3 o'clock in the morning.